What's going on, folks? I am Goat. Welcome back to Warframe. So I got a silly thing I want to talk about. So I got a message from a viewer on Facebook. Okay. And like, I knew this was a thing, but I just want to quickly, as quickly as possible, cover this. Because apparently people are in dire need of dopamine hits in this game, as if, general gameplay in itself and succeeding in your own builds and beating content that you've struggled with in the past isn't enough. Now we just need big dopamine hits. So I'm going to show you 3 weapons, okay? Just 3 random ass weapons that I put on here. So the Godfa Prime, the Spectre Vandal, and the Orthos Prime, okay? Now what the fuck do these weapons all have in common? They're all status based. Now, excuse me, the Godfa is the enigma of that group because it can do critical hits. So, just saying. But I specifically chose it for a reason. So, let's do paused AI level 230, right? So we're just gonna come over here. We got no buffs going on of any kind. We're seeing whites, we're seeing yellows, right? And this build is specifically set up on a melee duplicate, non-melee influence. So here's the Spectra. I mean, we can see whites and yellows, right? Seems like nothing too impressive, right? And then you get the Godfa, and you'll get the occasional red crits that just pop the fuck in and say, hey, how you doing? And see, then I can just do this. And at least buff myself a little bit more by using Arcane Crepuscular, right? And the Godfa is no punk-ass weapon. Just... Oh no, I have to reload. What? Sup? Now there's a reason. Okay, there is an absolute reason why I'm just wasting my time annihilating these stupid bitches. Because I want to show the numbers specifically. Because I think people toxically shit on each other because of this. I've kind of seen it, and I've looked at people's builds that they've shared on Reddit and Facebook, and I'm like, bro, what? Like, there's no fucking way. There's no amount of setup that can possibly give you what you're claiming you can do. Okay? There's just not. But then they share a video with their build. What they don't show is this. And what I was shared on Facebook was 2 different content creators that are openly talking about how they get their status weapons to red crit. I think we all know where this is going if you know anything about this game. Customize HUD colors, right? So if we go down here, obviously my numbers are what they should be. The only thing that I change in here is I like running a green for the buff because it doesn't usually blend in with any of the maps. I've tried pinks and golds and fucking all sorts of shit, and I always end up blending in with an enemy or something like that. Green just seems to be a really good color. So the only thing that I can recall that I've changed on here, aside from maybe the reticle color, maybe the headshot indicator, but I have never ever changed ability damage, super crit, big crit, none of this bullshit. But if you want to see how fucking people really truly come through and they get those big old juicy tasty fucking red crits, right? Let's just show you, because y'all just saw what this weapon did. Well, all 3 of these did. I don't know that I saved that. Let's double check before I sit there and just spin wheels on this. Nope, didn't. I didn't apply the goddamn changes because I'm dumb. Well, yeah, I forgot. Fuck, I gotta change one anyway. It's fine. It's totally fine. See, like, the prime finish is basically the matchup to the red crit. Because if you go to the accessibility menu, the red crit actually is not there. I don't have any fucking idea why that's a thing. Damage number. See, damage number. That's the one I forgot. See, look. Show me where the red crit is. Because this is the accessibility. You explain to me where in God's name the red crit is, because I don't see it. So the prime finish is just the one that has just served well. So I think the super critical hit is the one that I changed over to that from whatever the hell it was. But so we apply these changes, right? So we confirm. Okay, so we're gonna do the Spectre Vandal. Low damage. Status based. Hey, guess what? Look, we're doing nothing but red crits now, baby. I mean, look at this here. Orthos, pure status build Orthos. I mean, just red crits for days. Doesn't matter what the numbers are, right? We just like the dopamine hit. Right? I mean, oh man, look at the red crits. Oh my god. Everything from the Gotha. All red crits now. Fuck it. Right? I'm seeing more and more content creators, and I've seen a couple of them myself on like shorts and stuff, that are literally just kind of, I don't mean to sound rude, and I'm not going to call them out by name because it's their channel, they're going to run it how they want. But it's kind of bullshit to sit there and talk about how good your fucking builds are when all you're doing is changing a color, because the truth of it is that the numbers will tell you everything. It's kind of my running joke with my clanmates, right? Like, the cake is a lie. The base damage numbers of a weapon, and I'm sorry if that's just like overbearing. We'll talk in a sec when I finish killing these off. Here, hold on, let me just be invisible so this works quicker. I don't know why I was standing here visible like that. Dumb. Anyway, so the base damage numbers of a weapon in itself, and yes, like the Spectre build, it's totally off base of what I would normally use. Okay, well, not totally, but it's an old ass build. Okay, like the Riven is literally critical, or it's a base damage, mag capacity, and slash. I mean, it's like nothing amazing, you know. And the Godfa has, you know, critical damage, which is nice, minus recoil, which is nice, reload speed's kind of whatever. You know, but you expect to get some red crits out of that thing. And then the Orthos is quite simply not anything that's mind-blowing, right? So the point that I'm trying to make here is that if you look at the damage numbers, right? The damage numbers are going to tell you everything about if the content creator you're watching is full of shit or not. So you just saw me sit there and do white and yellow. So basically damage numbers and then, you know, just the basic critical hits with this thing. Okay, mostly white, couple of yellows creeping in here and there, because it does have a 20% crit chance. This thing is solely built with this old-ass build. It is solely built for status proccing. Now, can you turn around and just do something to make it red crit? Orange crit and red crit? Absolutely. Secondary innervate. But we don't want to talk about that. We just want to dopamine hit the fuck out of ourselves and then brag about it on the internet. Somebody explain to me why. Why, like, are people's dicks just so fucking small that they just can't claim that, you know, their builds aren't sitting there doing big PP numbers? Because as you saw, even when I busted out these, you know, crazy red hits, you know, the numbers didn't lie. The numbers absolutely just sat there and said, nah, bro, not today. You know, these motherfuckers straight up went, nope. Like, I change it back because I don't like it. I don't like throwing fake ass fucking numbers around. Okay, I really don't. I would much rather that my builds stand on what they are. You know, if my builds are good, then my builds are good. If my builds are kind of dog shit, that's fine. I think that is the wrong image. I think it's supposed to be that one. That still don't look right. Why, you know, why are you gonna give me accessibility shit and then it don't look right? Really? Like, here, hold on. Give me an orange. Give me an orange. Give me a good orange. How's that? That's better. Sure. So, but this menu is how people tease their viewers. For lack of a better way to put it, it's how they're teasing their viewers and basically saying, I think you're dumb enough that you're not gonna notice that my damage numbers aren't really OP as hell. Oh, I forgot to apply it. God damn it. See, we're watching me be a complete dumbass, which is fine. Here, you know what? Let's just do this. faster if I do it with a mouse. Critical! The regular critical, I know is that. I don't remember what the hell palette I was just on for the other one, but we're going to find out. I think it was fire. It was that. Maybe not that. Maybe this. That looks better. Apply changes. Thank you. Confirm. Thank you. So, but what that does is that gives us reality. Okay? Now what that reality entails is something like I would usually run. Okay, so my Incarnate Dread, my Tenet Cycron, right? And my Codopath Assist. Okay, so we're going to go over and find my colors, which are right here, and then right here, I think. Yes. And then there, right? I don't know why that's green, actually. Makes zero fucking sense why that's green. There, perfect. Love it. Anyway. But the difference in showing what the builds are, y'all just saw me set this bullshit back to how it is, right? Like, we're gonna, you know, do the invisibility thing. And we're gonna tag a bitch. Oh, look, red crits. White damage numbers afterward for the status proccing. And look, we get orange and yellow from the Cycron because it's a secondary innervate build. Once in a blue moon, you'll see a red crit pop up. Most of the time, it's orange and yellow by design. My Incarnate Dread does a lot of fucking damage. Like, it's like 3 shots on an Acolyte with Loki and it's fucking dunzo. And the punch through is ridiculous. But this is the point. Like, this is the entire thing that I'm trying to say. Like, I'm no OP builder in this game. I do the most casual fucking basic bitch shit in this game out there. But for some fucking reason, some people are just like, you know, I'm going to use nothing but status-based shit. Like, I'm going to prime... one of the video clips I saw, I shit you not, was the Epitaph Prime using its primary fire. So the big AoE quick fire tap, right? And that is a pure status hit. There's almost no crit to this thing whatsoever. And it was just this cloud of red crits. They were all like dinky bitch-ass numbers like you would expect from the Epitaph because you're priming them with damage. You're not trying to kill with that. But good fucking God. And they were like, oh my God, look at the red crits I got. Their screen's showing what buffs they've got. There's no roar. There's no anything else priming it. There's no arcanes priming it. Nothing. It's literally, they just went into a mission, recorded until they found a good spot, and then just did this crazy overreaction thing. And I for one, just don't get it, right? Like, I do not understand why in the hell people need to front like that. You know, like, what is wrong with just standing on what your shit is, right? Like, is my Cycron red critting like a motherfucker? No, but is it melting motherfuckers like crazy? Yes. You know, I mean, do I need all my stuff to sit here and red crit like crazy? No. Here, hold on. See, you just do Zada's Whisper, right? Look, Compressor. Bunch of orange, there are a bunch of yellows and whites. But look, they're all fucking dying. Now, would it feel that much more impressive to you if it was nothing but a bunch of red crits? I don't know. But it feels good to me to just watch a whole swath of them fucking die on like 2.5 mags. You know? So, I don't know. I don't know. Y'all tell me. What do you think of the people that I know you know damn well are sitting here playing with the fucking options menu and changing their HUD colors just to give themselves or maybe try to front like they're putting on some big ass builds or some shit? Because to me it seems like they probably started doing it based off of the whole dopamine hit bit of, oh, everything I do is red crit, that's good. But after a while, like, reality has to set in somewhere, right? So you tell me, like, why do you think people do it? Are they trying to put it on a front? Is it a dopamine hit? Is it just they don't want to look like a poser? I mean, because in my opinion, it makes people look like posers when they do this shit, but it's whatever. So you tell me, what do you think? Honest to God, give me your no bullshit, no nonsense answers. I just want to see what other people think about this because I am so confused. Okay, so folks, I want to thank you very much for watching. As always, catch you in the next one, all right?